Let me ask you something uncomfortable. If I looked at where you are with your goals from the outside, your skills, your intelligence, your potential, would you be satisfied with where you're at? Or does it feel like you should be further? Not like you're burnt out, not like you're lazy. You're just underperforming in ways that you just can't explain. Sometimes deadlines slip, momentum slows down during important times, and opportunities pass without you even realizing it. And here's a part that most men never connect. When you work from home, porn doesn't ruin your life loudly, but it ruins it in the dark. It holds you back in ways you never connected the dots to. Just a slow leak in your drive, your edge, and your work ethic. Stay with me because if you ever thought, why can't I focus like I used to? This video is for you. And no, this is not going to be a willpower lecture. In fact, if you're blaming discipline and willpower, you're already looking in the wrong place. Let me explain why. By the way, I'm not talking about this as an outsider. I lived it. I worked from home. I had multiple tabs open. I had no real barrier between work and relapse. And on paper, everything looked fine. I was doing what I was expected to do. I was making some money. But behind the scenes, I was slower to start tasks. It became easier for me to procrastinate. I was less sharp and less on the ball during meetings. And I had less urgency to actually reach my goals. I wasn't failing. I was just functionally underperforming. And once I understood what porn was doing to my brain, everything made sense. From a behavior point of view, anyways. That's what I want to show you today. So by the end of this video, you'll understand why you're not as successful as you'd like to be, how porn quietly lowers your urgency, edge, and consistency, and the real long-term cost of staying good enough instead of dangerously effective. And most importantly, you'll see why this isn't about quitting porn. It's about rewiring the system that ruined your work ethic. Let's discuss the work from home trap that nobody talks about. Working from home removes friction. There's no commute time. There's no boss watching your screen. There's no social pressure, which sounds great, which is what attracted you to work from home in the first place. Until your brain gets hijacked and porn takes advantage of that freedom. It's kind of like if you have a sports car with no speedometer, no police, and you get free gas. At first it's fun, but then you realize you're driving like a complete dick. There's nothing holding you back from being completely reckless. And corn becomes the instant relief your brain goes to when it needs a pick-me-up, which in the beginning might have felt good, but now it's just a reckless behavior. So if you ever get the slightest feeling of stress, boredom, or uncertainty, click. Your brain craves that quick release to feel better. Now, your brain learns something over time that's dangerous. Whenever effort rises, escape is available. And that one thought changes everything. So, let's go over how corn lowers your urgency, edge, and consistency. This is the part that most men miss. Adult content doesn't make you weak all at once. It just makes you less sharp, less likely to reach your goals on the timeline that you set for yourself. Because your brain runs on contrast. If you're going through something hard, you want a reward. If you're putting in effort, you want a payoff. But porn flips that loop. Because when you watch it, the loop looks something like this. Low effort for a high reward. And your brain loves it. So when real work asks for long-term focus and delayed gratification and emotional friction, your brain can't do it. Not consciously, but biologically. You still care for your goals, but you're just not operating at your full potential. You start putting things off longer. You start settling for good enough. You stop pushing past resistance. Not because you don't want success, but because you trained your brain to avoid discomfort. And all of this leads to the most expensive problem of them all. This is the one that you don't hear about too often. Functional underperformance, the silent killer of your goals. What this means is, yes, you show up, you get things done, you're reliable enough, but you're not dangerous. You're not sharp. You're not decisive. You're not truly pushing towards greatness. You don't fail completely. You just don't progress as fast as you could. And you feel it. And years can pass by like that. They did for me. I didn't even realize it, but soon enough, 3 years passed by, and I was in the same position financially, even though it felt like I was really putting the work in. I was just never able to give it my 100%. And here's the scary part. It's kind of like if you let go of the steering wheel and it's just driving 2 degrees off course. At first, there's no big difference, but in a few minutes, you're in a completely different place. So imagine being dragged off your path just slightly. You end up not reaching your potential. Not because you failed, but because you never fully engaged. Porn doesn't ruin your goals, it just prevents you from fully achieving them. And this isn't something that you can willpower through. If this were about willpower and discipline, smart and successful men wouldn't struggle. But they do. Because this has nothing to do with discipline. It's conditioning. Your brain has been trained to reduce urgency, avoid discomfort, and seek easy dopamine. So quitting porn without rewiring your brain is like deleting an app off your computer, but keeping the operating system. So it's still running in the background, just without you seeing it. That's why white knuckling always fails. So here's something I want to leave you with. There's nothing wrong with you, but your reward system is not aligned with who you truly want to be. And recovery is not about deleting the apps and white knuckling urges. It's about retraining what your brain associates with relief, reward, and your identity. When that shifts, when you're able to rewire that loop, your focus comes back, work feels easier, momentum rebuilds, and real confidence starts coming back into your life. And it's not because you became more disciplined, but because your brain is finally working with you. And if this video hit close to home and you'd like to see a real step-by-step system for you to break free from pornography, I made a free video training along with a document that you can use to start your path to freedom. If you want it, click the link below to access it. But other than that, I hope you get value from this video and you watch it anytime you feel stuck. Anyways, I'll see you later.